They're like, oh, what is they them? Oh, what does it mean? I'm like, well, it's like a metaphor for like we're all one. Like I am you, you are me, like we are all one. Like they to them. Like okay, first of all, like I would say probably 70% of the dancers are either gay, bisexual, queer, non-binary, like a lot of us. There's a lot of us. Definitely not the only one. So there's like so many different experiences also depending on the club you dance at. Some clubs have more straight girls than queer. Being non-binary at the club is like I walk into the club like silver orb of light and then I put a wig on and it's like I'm Hannah Montana. Being non-binary at the club literally feels like Hannah Montana. I put this wig on, all of a sudden I'm a girl. I'm a woman. Hey, I'm a woman. You know what I mean? And it works. Like it literally works. I get treated like a woman. I got abused like a woman. um, I'm a girl. Hey, I'm a girl. Yes, girl power, woman. Yes. No, I'm honestly a serious woman ally. I'm a serious ally. Y'all need help. Low key, like, I'm thinking about identifying as a woman again these days because I feel like y'all need help. Low key. Low key though, like, don't get mad at me. No, oh my god, is that sexist of me to say? Like, y'all need help. I'm thinking about identifying as a woman again. No, I think it's serious, and I think I would be appreciated actually. Yeah, I started wearing these glasses, and I like will carry a book around with me at the club. It's kind of like it's like a prop. It's a prop. Like these are my real glasses, but the book is like a prop. It's like you have like guys are so like thick in the head that they need to know like, oh, you're smart, you're carrying a book, you're smart, you're a nerd, I'm gonna dance with you because I'm a nerd, and you have a book in your hand, so you're a nerd, so I'm gonna dance with you. That's kind of what it's giving. Like today literally I asked a guy, because the guy was telling me that he's a nerd, and I was like, do I look like a nerd? And he's like, yeah, you have a book, so yeah, you're a nerd. I'm like, okay. Being non-binary at the club, as somebody who's been non-binary for 6 years now and has been working at the club for half of that time, which is that's crazy to say. That's crazy to say. Oh my gosh, that's crazy to say. Yeah. Like what? What? Obviously when I'm working at the club, I'm like a girl. But every once in a while, people will see my tattoo, my they them tattoo. And I'm sure people see because honestly, most of the clients that I attract are pretty chill people. Like, I feel like I have the vibe of like, I attract a certain type of person that kind of matches my vibe a bit. So I'm sure a lot of the clients I have see my they them tattoo and like they don't care, they don't mention it. But out of everyone who mentions my they them tattoo, probably 90% of the people that mention it ask me what it means. Yeah, 90% of the people who mention it ask me what it means. And I don't know if they're just like hoping for like hoping for something that's fake. They're like, oh, what is they them? Oh, what does it mean? I'm like, well, it's like a metaphor for like we're all one. Like I am you, you are me, like we are all one. Like they to them. Like and then I continue my dance. I say like some or all of that. These days I'm lazy, so I just say the like we're all one. And honestly, they don't question it at all. They literally don't question it at all. In fact, they don't even blink, which is just kind of hilarious. Like, it kind of just shows you like how stupid they really are. Some of these guys, not all of them, some of them are so stupid. And I have gotten a few times, I've gotten people who've been like, oh, they, them, are those your pronouns? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, but here, like, she, her, me, please. I'm not trying to be hate crimed. Because this one time I actually did get a guy that saw my they, them tattoo. And the vibe changed so quick. The vibe literally changed so quick. Um, and I was like, "What's wrong, babe?" And he was like, "Wait, can you stop dancing for a second?" We were in the VIP. He's like, "Can you stop dancing for a second?" And like in the VIP, like some rich guys are like actually so crazy. Obviously, we all know this. And I was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong, babe?" And he was like, "Please tell me, like, are you actually a girl? Like, are you a girl?" And I was like, yeah, of course I'm a girl. Of course I'm a girl, babe. And he was like, but you have an Adam's apple. He didn't even mention my tattoo. He was like, you have an Adam's apple. I was like, yeah. He was like, only guys have Adam's apples. I got scared because the way he was acting, he was like he was like getting weird, and I was like, no, like, no, no. And he's like, it's called Adam's apple because guys have. I was literally like, oh my God, guys, I actually got scared because he was like, he was being transphobic. And I was like, no, 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 like, it's like, I'm a girl, like, I swear, like, girls have Adam apples too. And he was like, she doesn't have one. And he pointed to the girl behind me. And I talked to her. I was like, hey, girl, like, girls have Adam apples too, right? And she was like, yeah, everyone has Adam's apple. Like, what? Like, yeah. And he was like, are you a girl? Like, be honest. Like, do you have a vagina or do you have a penis? Like, he was getting really weird. And he was like, are you a girl? I like hesitated. I was like, yeah. I was getting scared because I was literally like, oh my God, I'm about to be hate crimed. Like, it was feeling that way. I was getting scared. And then finally I was able to convince him that girls have Adam's apples too. And like, I was like, yeah, like my boobs are real. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, yes, I have a vagina. Like, what? And then we continued dancing, but it was obviously weird for me afterwards. He was able to be like, oh, okay, okay. And then like whatever, like just, continue dancing with me like it was nothing. But I obviously felt so strange and weird, and like to be like questioned, like to have my gender questioned like that when like I was literally born. I'm literally a fab. And I was getting like weirdly, treated obviously because of an Adam, like because I had an Adam's apple. Like, I don't even know if it had anything to do with my tattoo. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But like, it probably had something to do with my tattoo. But like the fact that he was like, you're Adam's apple, he didn't even ask about the tattoo or talk about, like, I don't understand these men. They're so fucking like, I got scared. That was the only time that I got scared. I have had like some clients be like, "Oh, okay, those are your pronouns. Cool." I've had some clients be like, "Oh, are you non-binary? Cool, cool. That's so chill." Like, I've had super chill clients as well. Literally, like today, I walked into work and I went to sign in with the DJ with my head wrap on. Like, I was literally wearing my head covering because I was late, and when I'm late, like, I don't put my wig on. before signing in. I'll put it on after signing in and like getting ready and stuff. The DJ literally didn't recognize me without my wig and like without my makeup, because literally I walk into the club one person, and then when I'm like ready to work, I'm like, I literally look like a completely different person. Like it's literally like I'm fully masking, like masked up, bro. And you should see me talk to them. Like, oh, I love being a woman. I love being a girl. Yes, I'm such a girl. Oh my God, respect me. Feminism. I'm a girl. Like, I'm so good at my script now. When I first started working, I was like, it was weird pretending to be a girl, because I feel like I spent like so many years trying to um, validate myself in my non-binariness, and like trying to like feel really comfortable in my masculinity, and like dressing really masculine, like before the strip, even during the strip club. Like I'll walk into the club looking like a full on dude. Like I don't care. I'll walk into the club looking like a dude, and then like somehow get transformed into a girl while I'm in there. It's kind of comical, honestly, like the way that I come into the club sometimes. Literally. Yeah, when I was first working at the club, like I was so used to wearing whatever I want and like just being super non-binary, super like STEM, if you will. Um so it was like kind of weird when I first started to like be a girl again, like pretend to be a girl. But then it actually like made me more comfortable in my femininity, which I think like after realizing that I'm non-binary and going through that whole phase of like, or I don't want to say it was a phase, but like feeling the need to like validate myself in like presenting more masculine and in whatever ways that manifested for me, because I was always still in touch with my feminine side, but I definitely felt like I wanted to feel validated and like being masculine. And so I was like doing that a lot, but I was kind of like I hated pink, the color pink. At one point I hated wearing pink. I hated everything pink at one point, and I realized like this is probably my like internalized like, I don't know if it would be like internalized misogyny maybe, or like I just like wanted to distance myself from femininity so much. And working at the club and having friends that were really comfortable in their femininity despite being non-binary, like that kind of inspired me and gave me space and room to like, and especially working at the club, like gave me the space to embrace my feminine energy and my feminine side, to the point where now I'm like actually super comfortable in both my feminine and my masculine, because I played both roles, not just growing up like playing the role of a girl growing up masking like my non-binary identity, but like choosing, having the choice of like embracing more feminine looks, and thank you Venus, looks and vibes and characters and outfits and styles and everything. Like now having the choice to embrace my feminine vibe feels like I'm finally like accepting like a part of me that I felt like needed to change or wasn't valid or needed something out. Like I don't know, like I feel like I'm finally actually more deeply connected to both my feminine and my masculine, because of the way that I kind of maneuver both of these sides of myself, especially now, because I'll still go, like, especially when I'm traveling or when I'm wearing certain clothes, like, I'll still be identified in public as a man, and people will call me sir, call me mister, like, people will still identify me as a man sometimes if I'm dressed in a certain way, and I love it. And then obviously a lot of the time I'm also identified as a woman, and I don't care. It used to bother me. It used to bother me more. And sometimes it's still kind of like, maybe like, you know, a little bit of an annoyance, but it doesn't, it used to bother me so much. And now I'm just like so much more at peace, and like people can see me however they want to see me, and that actually doesn't matter and like has no effect or impact on who I actually am as a person. And being able to accept that in on a gender level kind of makes it easier to accept it on other levels of like people can misunderstand me, people can see me in a way that's not true to who I actually am, who I know myself to be, and who I am to the people who see me the best and like love me and see me the most. Like people can see me in ways that are not aligning with how I see myself, and like that's completely okay. It like makes space for me to also accept that lesson in ways that are beyond gender, you know, accepting it at the gender level first of like, you can see me and someone else can see me and you can see two completely different genders, and like that's fine, and that doesn't shake me and who I know myself to be in my own identity and like how I feel about myself and how I feel about my gender. It creates like accepting that creates room for accepting that on all other levels of how people see me and treat me as a result, you know, because at the end of the day, like how others see us has everything to do with them and very little to do with us, because how we perceive everything in our reality, color, sounds, taste, gender, race, everything, how we perceive everything in our reality is only because of our own personal experiences that we've had that makes us see things in a certain way. It's because of everything that we experience that makes up the way we perceive reality. That doesn't mean that's the only truth or that's the one truth or that's actually what reality is, because we also shape our own reality. So, yeah, being non binary at the club, lots of lessons, lots of, but I'm not mad at it. I'm actually very grateful. Like, there's a lot to complain about being a stripper, but at the end of the day, I am very grateful to have a job that supports me and the life that I want to live and build for myself. That gives me freedom, it to a certain extent, obviously, but like to have a job that provides me with all the perks that this job does, I'm very grateful for, and I know I'm very lucky. So I'm very grateful. Yeah, and it's important to remind myself, and like there's a lot to complain with the job, and like rightfully so. It's not always a fun job. It can be very traumatic. It can be very like putting yourself in a space of like being disrespected, which sucks. But I'm also very lucky for this job and everything that it's given me. So yeah, just gotta put that out there. I hope you have an amazing day, night, however this video finds you. Love you.